remember this, even if your mind tries to turn away from it. You are going to die. Not in a poetic way, not in a distant, abstract sense, but in the most ordinary human way possible. One day your body will stop responding. Your breath will slow, then end. Your thoughts will fade, mid-sentence, mid-memory, mid-you, and the world will continue. Cars will pass. People will complain about small things. Someone will laugh somewhere, unaware that your entire universe has just gone silent. That thought alone is enough to shake most people. So instead of sitting with it, they run. They fill their lives with noise. They stay busy. They distract themselves with goals, deadlines, entertainment, arguments, comparisons. Anything to avoid the stillness where the truth waits. Because when things go quiet, death becomes impossible to ignore. From the moment you were born, time began moving you toward an ending. Not aggressively, not cruelly, just consistently. Every second that passes is one you will never get back. Every version of you exists for a moment, and then disappears forever. The child you once were is gone. The person you were 5 years ago no longer exists. Entire phases of your life have already died, and you barely noticed, and yet you still live as if you have all the time in the world. You tell yourself stories, that you'll be happier later, that you'll speak up one day, that you'll become yourself when the timing is right. But the timing is a lie we tell ourselves to feel safe. There is no guaranteed later. There is only now, slipping quietly through your fingers. Мементо Мории is not about becoming obsessed with death. It's about becoming honest with life. It's about realizing how strange it is to argue, to hate yourself, to hold grudges, when all of this is so temporary. Think about how much of your energy goes into things that won't survive the decade. The fear of being judged, the pressure to be impressive, the need to keep up with people who aren't even paying attention. One day, all of that will disappear. And not in a dramatic way. In a way so quiet it almost feels unfair. Your inbox will still fill. Your phone will still buzz. The world will not pause to acknowledge how important you thought your worries were. And that's not nihilistic. That's clarifying. Because when you truly understand that this ends, something strange happens. You start to see how ridiculous it is to live half asleep, to rush through moments that will never repeat, to treat people as replaceable when they are anything but. You notice how often you're somewhere without really being there, eating without tasting, listening without hearing, existing without feeling, not because you don't care, but because you forgot how fragile this is. Death doesn't cheapen life. It sharpens it. A moment only hurts to lose because it mattered. Love only terrifies us because it can disappear. Joy only feels intense because it doesn't last. If everything were permanent, nothing would be precious. Мементо Мории reminds you that every ordinary day is extraordinary precisely because it ends. The sound of someone's voice, the weight of your body in a chair, the fact that you can feel sadness, love, longing at all. None of this is guaranteed. Most people don't fear death itself. They fear the realization that comes before it. The moment where you see your life clearly and understand how much of it you spent waiting. Waiting to be confident, waiting to be chosen, waiting to be enough, waiting to start living. They fear realizing they played a role instead of being themselves. that they shrank to fit expectations that never truly loved them back, that they ignored the quiet voice inside them because it was inconvenient. Memento Mori asks you to confront that fear now, while you still have time. It asks uncomfortable questions. If this were your last year, what would you stop tolerating? If this were your last month, who would you forgive? If this were your last day, what truth would finally matter more than fear? You don't need to become fearless. Fear is human, but you can stop letting fear decide how small your life becomes. One day your anxieties will vanish. Your insecurities will fall silent. The standards you chased will dissolve. What will remain is how deeply you lived while you were here. Did you let yourself feel, even when it hurt? Did you love honestly, even when it scared you? Did you choose presence over distraction, truth over comfort? You are not here to be perfect. You are not here to be efficient. You are not here to be endlessly productive. You are here to experience this strange, brief miracle of being conscious, to feel joy without owning it, to grieve without resisting it, to exist without needing to justify yourself. Death will come whether you live fully or not. That part is not optional, but how awake you are while you're here, that is. So remember, you will die. Let that truth strip away what doesn't matter. Let it soften you instead of hardening you. Let it push you toward honesty, toward presence, toward courage. Time is not a resource. It is not something you earn. It is something you are given. Briefly, Memento Mori, remember you will die. And because of that, don't wait. Live.